So thousands of years ago, without MRI scans, without EEG, without the ability to do biochemical analysis, the Vedas contained wisdom that amazes science today. MRIs reveal that meditation physically changes the brain. It increases the gray density matter and reduces the size of the amygdala, the fear center. Science is catching up with what chakras are. Science is catching up with breath work. Science is catching up with the connection between the gut and the brain. Science is catching up with the fact that serotonin isn't only released in the brain, it's also released by the gut. Today, it's more important than ever before. We stand on the cusp of 2047, and we're entering a new economic age. And this economy needs a new type of human. It needs a more creative, resilient, empathetic, and purposeful person. So I feel our entire education system needs to change towards that. When we were cavemen, what did we teach our kids? We taught them to hunt and gather berries. Then we transitioned to the agricultural age. We evolved our lessons. We taught them about seasons and how to cultivate crops, tend to animals, etc., etc. Then came the industrial age. We taught them to be productive, timeliness, repetition, obedience. Fast forward to the knowledge economy. What do we teach our kids? Absorb information, retain it, and produce an output without questioning. Teaching kids to understand any knowledge is a crime. Teaching them to regurgitate or remember information is a crime. Knowledge and information are no longer relevant. What you do with knowledge. How do you combine ideas? How do you address problems and create something entirely new that benefits society? The new currency is creativity, innovation, and impact. Very, very crucial time in the world. We have created as mankind huge problem. It's these children, if we get them to understand where the creator economy is going, that can actually tackle the very challenges we've created: climate change, inequality, and resource depletion. Rooted in balance, interconnectedness, and deep reflection, Vedic principles teach us not just to innovate, but to innovate responsibly. Teflon was an innovation, but it was not rooted in ethical decision-making, in ethical leadership. It was rooted in top line and bottom lines, and that's not what the world needs moving forward. We need to innovate responsibly with mindfulness, ethics, and sustainability at its core. At Dreamtime Learning, we blend these timeless principles with modern tools to empower kids to lead the creator economy. The currency, if it's shifted from traditional skills to creating value, this is what we need to do. It's not about what we know anymore. It's about what we do with what we know. So the heart of the creator economy is making sure we balance in the favor of innovation and value creation over knowledge. The new economy operates in the midst of the attention economy. Distraction is rampant. Attention is the most valuable resource, and we all know it. Whoever gets our attention, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, is the king. The constant competition for attention pulls us away from deep focus that we need to master creation. And this is where Vedic wisdom is going to be the most valuable. So if creativity demands focus, distraction surrounds us, what do? We go to the Vedic spiritual wisdom, which teaches us how to master our attention. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, self-awareness, and we put this throughout our curriculum all the time. We go beyond traditional subjects to teach children the art of inner mastery. Focus, reflection, and innovation in a world filled with noise. The creator economy also calls for conscious innovation. As I said, we need ethical innovation, not just innovation. So with Vedic principles as our guide, we can ensure that this new age of creation is productive, but it's purposeful and it's sustainable. In today's age of distraction, we have to keep learning highly relevant and engaging. And it's imperative we do this. Netflix, social media, video games are shaping the very young minds and how they perceive the world. If as educators, we don't rise to meet this challenge, we're going to lose the battle for humanity and for our planet as well. We have to teach children how to reclaim their attention in a world designed to divert it. So we have to design learning experiences that captivate and excite I call my instructional designers curiosity and excitement architects because that is their job. The only job they have is ignite curiosity about what children are learning and then create the excitement. If we embed Vedic practices like meditation and teach children self-regulation, we can actually give them focus and creativity as their new superpowers. Focus is the foundation of effective learning. We have to make sure kids maintain traction, stay engaged and attentive, and of course, on course. But achieving this traction, we know, is the biggest challenge education together we have to overcome. By teaching kids more about their minds and their behavior than anything else. Because mastery of focus begins with mastering our own brains, mastering our minds, and ultimately mastering ourselves. We teach children how their brains work, how to practice focus. We do this throughout our learning design, which includes lesson plans, handouts, group work, activity books, and activity cards. And we're happy to align with any board. So tomorrow belongs to those who have self-drive, self-motivation, and self-focus. It's not like the old days. Today, if you have these three qualities, you can learn anything you want to. And so it's our duty, responsibility to make sure we give kids self-motivation, self-drive, and self-focus. The abundance of learning we have to see as a gift of our time. By combining modern resources with the timeless wisdom of focus and purpose, we can ensure that education is not just abundant, but it transforms the human being, leading to a more inclusive and empowered world. In the pursuit of this transformative world, we use the wisdom of dharma from the Vedas, which teaches that living in accordance with one's unique talents, responsibilities, and purpose is the highest form of fulfillment. What is truly valuable now is not the information, but the curiosity we can spark for kids to explore, question, understand. Curiosity is the word. It's the bridge between information and innovation. And make sure that kids dig deeper, connect ideas, and seek new perspectives. We lead to dharma, artha, karma, and moksha. In other words, we lead to a purposeful life for our kids that balances ethical action, material success, personal happiness, and spiritual liberation. The Vedic tradition has always celebrated inquiry and reflection as central to learning. And that's what we all want to go back to. We want to remember that. Again, curiosity is the bridge between knowledge and innovation. Curiosity is a driving force between lifelong learning and transformation. It's how Dreamtime Learning got born. I'm deeply curious about human nature, why humans behave the way they do. Why did they put the top line and bottom line over humanity and the planet? I'm deeply interested in neuroscience. What does high IQ lead one person like Hitler to go and destroy the world and one person like Einstein to go and contribute to the world? So we want kids to connect ideas, ask meaningful questions, and solve complex problems. That is why all our learning is interdisciplinary, because we don't want kids to see maths, English, science, history, geography as isolated, separate subjects. We want them to see where they emerge together as powerfully able for them then to connect the dots. This is the true power of curiosity, and it's the transformation education and our world needs today. In a world overflowing with information, the true challenge is not answering the right questions. It's asking the right questions. And it's those questions: why did Hitler do what he did? Why did this serial killer go out and do what he did? How did Einstein turn out to be the way he did? Which leads to deeper understanding, sparks innovation, and transformative progress. Questions are the foundation of curiosity and critical thinking, and if you see how our lesson plans flow, you'll see that they're always highly connected to the child's own real world. We want kids to challenge the status quo. We want them to push boundaries and open doors to new possibilities. When we value questions over answers, we will empower our learners to question everything. For centuries, education has discouraged questioning and reinforced outdated notions of success that are tied to power, influence, and profit. If we want to redefine success for the next generation, we have to draw from the timeless wisdom of the Vedas, and empower kids to question, think critically, and seek deeper understanding. We never tell kids what's right and what's wrong. We only set up the spirit of inquiry that they will follow. The Vedic tradition offers profound insights here, rooted in the philosophy of self-discovery and inquiry. It's time we challenge assumptions. The dominance of companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft reflects a modern metric of success, power, and profit. But the Vedas teach us that true success lies in inner harmony. If we prepare our children for a future shaped by the Vedic principles, we cultivate the ability to self-mastery. In ancient times, wisdom traditions from around the world emphasized this. So the Vedas emphasized it, but so did Aboriginal wisdom, which dates back over 60,000 years, and North American Indian traditions. In fact, Dreamtime learning, Dreamtime is an Aboriginal concept that our inner world creates our outer reality. We form the world by the stories we tell, by the narratives we hold dear to ourselves. That our inner world shapes our outer reality is something we want to teach all kids. The Vedas also speak directly to self-realization, understanding one's true nature, and how we have the keys to influencing the world, external world. Anyone who's teaching life mastery as a coach, be it Tony Robbins, Jay Shetty, John DeMartini, Robin Sharma, they all echo these ancient teachings. Their work is grounded in the idea that true success begins with mastering the mind, the heart, and the spirit. Let's all move to finding a way to move away from grades, scores, marks, examinations, which is all externally judging the self, to success where it's internally measured by creativity, ethics, and positive impact. We've created absolutely explicit codes to do this, and we're happy to work with any school to get to the Vedic principle of truth, order, and expansiveness, which encourages individuals to align their actions with universal truths and higher ethical values. In an education that teaches an external sense of self, it is fleeting, it's tied to accolades, it's tied to wealth and social standing, yes, but it also puts us on the treadmill of never ever being happy, never ever truly meeting where we want to go. Endless striving, and this is what is creating increasing dissatisfaction, depression, anxiety in the world. Let's encourage each child to leave a legacy of creativity, ethics, and compassion. We want to prepare kids for authentic success. We need to shift the focus inward, inner mastery, understanding the power of thoughts, emotions, motivations, and habits. We use the Vedic teachings in all our lesson designs to teach kids the power of their thought. At Dreamtime Learning, we teach the impact of thoughts, emotions. We help students understand motivations and drivers. And we help children build awareness of habits, encouraging positive routines that support success and growth. So we teach them, if you've got a bad habit, how do you turn it into a habit that moves you forward? To truly prepare our children for life, we must go beyond traditional academics. Intentional thinking, intentional breathing, mindfulness, self-regulation, narrative reframing is central to education and learning today. These are not just tools for overcoming school and challenges, but they're life skills that will form the foundation for resilience, mental health, and personal growth. So you'll see intentional thinking, narrative reframing, mindful breathing, self-regulation. We give the children tools to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and strength. And we do it through English, math, history, geography, science. How powerful would it be if all of humanity, if all of us, intentionally chose our thoughts? Every time we had a negative thought, if we had the power to reframe it. When we master our thoughts, we master our neurochemical responses, we build greater resilience and anti-fragility. So when we do this, we will make sure that the amygdala gets smaller, and our response brain, our brains, reptilian brains, that are really responsive to scarcity and fear, that gets smaller as well. If you haven't seen a really powerful Netflix documentary, I'm sure you've all seen The Science of Stuff. There's the influence of what the commercial markets do to us in terms of wanting us to own Gucci, Prada, etc., is all born of our reptilian brain. Think about Newton's and Einstein's moms, who didn't care about their report cards and their grades. And they gave them unconditional acceptance and love. Einstein didn't develop the theory of relativity for a report card or for a prize. He did it because he was deeply curious and his mother honored that curiosity. We all together in this room need to create that same environment for our children. Our role is to make sure every child's unique strengths are celebrated. Curiosity and questioning are the driving force behind learning, and success is not about competition, but about personal growth and fulfillment. Together, let's move away from this external validation to internal validation to self-validation. Let's teach children how to love themselves, accept themselves, and better themselves on a day-to-day basis. So if we move away from the traditional model of instruction and control, at Dreamtime Learning, we were born because we wanted to honor and reimagine education to honor children's agency. Let's create a system where students are driven by their interests and passions, not confined by the boundaries of the ICSE, CBSE, and IGCSE. Our vision for India 2047 is rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Vedas, and we do want to empower India by 2047. Thank you all so very much.